Hi, welcome to Kitchen Chemistry with Essential Wholesale and Labs. I'm Tinica, and today we'll be making Rose Therapy bath salts. So to start with, you'll need your salts. You'll need your Epsom salt. You'll need your pink Himalayan salts. You'll also need arrowroot powder and your essential oils. And we chose Geranium and Hyssop Essential Oils. Some equipment, you'll need a scale and you'll need a large spoon to be able to mix everything together well. So I've already weighed out my arrowroot powder, and you'll need exactly 0.12 pounds of arrowroot powder, so weigh that out on your scale. And if you need help weighing out ingredients or tearing out your scale, we have videos on that too on our channel, so you can check those out. So we're going to take our 0.12 pounds of arrowroot powder and add our essential oils. So I've already measured out 0.24 ounces, and that's approximately 1.5 teaspoons of each essential oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those directly to the powder. And I know it seems like, oh my gosh, if I add these to the powder, what's going to happen to the powder? And you'll see. We're just going to mix it up really well. So I'm taking my whisk, I'm just trying to break down any clumps and fully mix the essential oils in with the powder so it's evenly dispersed throughout the powder. And sometimes if I get really big clumps, I'll take my hands, of course I'm wearing gloves, so I'll take my hands and just break up the clumps, but it looks like everything's mixing together pretty good in here. Okay, so once you're happy with how that looks, it should look about like this. Then you can go ahead and add your, I also have some rose petals because I thought it would be nice to have those in the bath. And if you have dried rose petals, you can add them at this point. Because I have fresh, I'm going to wait until after I put the salts in. So I've got my Epsom salt, and I've got 0.95 pounds of Epsom salt. So I'm just going to dump that right in there. And I'm just going to mix that around with the arrowroot powder. And I think it's okay that not all of the arrowroot powder clumps are broken up yet, but we'll take care of that before we finish. So now I'm going to add pink Himalayan salts, 0.78 pounds. Just going to add that right in there. It gives it a really lovely color, and it also, pink Himalayan salts have lots of wonderful minerals that help your bath. So I'm going to mix this with my hands now so that I can break up all of those clumps in there and really get that essential oil mixed thoroughly into all of the salts. And that geranium just has a really lovely rose smell. You can play with whatever essential oils you want, of course, but I really like the rose smell of the geranium. If you wanted to, you could certainly use Rose Absolute instead of the geranium. You would not need as much of the Rose Absolute. You can simply experiment. I would suggest maybe for this size about 6 to 8 drops of Rose Absolute. Okay, so I'm looking at the salts now, and I can see that there are no more clumps. It's nice and mixed in, and it looks the same throughout. So if you were making a larger batch, your spoon would come in, and of course if you didn't want to use your hands, you could use the spoon. So now that I have this nice pretty pink Rose Therapy bath salt, I'm just going to add my rose petals. And because I'm using fresh rose petals, I'm going to have to use this bath right away, like within the next couple of days, or else it's the rose petals will start to go bad. So I'm just going to mix those in there, and that way when I take my bath, I have these lovely rose petals to bathe in too. Very luxurious and pretty. And some of my petals are kind of big, so I might want to just break them down a little bit. But these came right out of my garden this morning. And there we go. And once you're finished, you can put your salts in a nice glass container or whichever container suits your purpose. And there's your Rose Therapy bath salts. We hope you enjoyed this. You can find links to all of the ingredients in the description of this video, and enjoy your Rose Therapy bath.